With major city centers located a mere 2 hours from Lloydminster, many may not consider the border city a hot spot for an art scene. Last night, though, residents had the chance to check out some featured local artists that displayed that Lloydminster should not be underestimated, when it comes to culture and talent. Spiro's opened its doors to local artists in the border city for their second annual Wine and Cheese.
It's wonderful to have artists come out and be showcased at the restaurant here, and it's a great time for all.
It's just to, visit, enjoy the food and the company and the whole atmosphere and experience.
This is the second year Hofer has had her art on display. After honing her skills in Red Deer, she was presenting new works using encaustic beeswax integrated with everything from jewelry to feathers.
It's about female sexuality, same kind of topic as I have worked with in the past, but in a whole new medium.
Dawn Flowen's jewelry was also on display, while local artist Raylan Lake showcased pottery. The evening offered live entertainment by local band Swear by the Moon, and of course pairings of wine, chocolate, and cheese.
Oh my God. It's wonderful to be able to bring them out, put them in the spotlight and say, hey, this is what we've got for you, and let's get you out there.
This is the spice to life. Art is what makes life enjoyable, and just to get people aware of that and give them a little taste what we can do here, I think is really important. Acting, singing, and dancing, opera is an art form that many rural families don't get a chance to experience. But the Alberta Opera has been making an effort to change that. As Clayton Brown reports, yesterday the opera stopped in Bonnyville and Cold Lake to give students a taste of what it's all about.
That Queen of France gave up a chance to skip the guillotine.
For 27 years, the Alberta Opera has been exposing students across the province to the fine art it has to offer.
We toured around Alberta from January to June, so we end up doing about 230 shows in elementary schools all over the place.
Notre Dame elementary students were treated to a performance of Jack and the Beanstalk. School officials feel it's a great cultural experience.
In Cold Lake and Bonnyville, there's not that opportunity to see professionals in actions. So bringing Alberta Opera in our community gives to those kids who really likes fine arts like music or singing the opportunity to see, wow, professional dancing on the stage.
Just a few more swings and the beanstalk will tumble.
But students aren't just sitting and watching. Teachers are using the experience for educational purposes as well.
Some teachers have been working hard to review the play with the class and then compare, contrast the difference, and they'll be having post activities that will follow up in the class.
The fairy tale is condensed into an hour-long play and has a theme about being a good, trustworthy friend.
There are a lot of various versions of Jack and the Beanstalk, most of which end in the giant being killed and Jack stealing all of his possessions. So this is a bit of a different take.
Things will work out in the end.
In Bonnyville, Clayton Brown, Newcap News.
It's Volunteer Appreciation Week, and the SPCA have something special planned for all of their helpers this Friday. Jennifer and Allison have all the details, plus a couple of cute critters to introduce us to on this week's Pet Project.
Hi and welcome to this week's Pet Project. I'm at the Lloydminster and District SPCA with Jennifer, and this is Juliet, right?
Yes, she is a 1-year-old smooth collie cross. She is already spayed and microchipped, just needs a rabies vaccination. She actually came into us pregnant. She had 5 puppies here at the shelter, and they've all been adopted. She's the last one here, so she's still waiting for her forever home. She is a very sweet dog, really likes being around people, is more comfortable outside than she is inside. So right now we're really working on that with her, as she tends to be a bit nervous inside. But she, as you can see, is a very sweet dog.
And this is Maximo, right?
Yes, he is a 3-year-old domestic shorthair. He's already neutered and microchipped, just needs a rabies vaccination. He is currently in our cat condo, so we know that he does really well with other cats. And he really enjoys being held, as you can see, and purrs a lot when he's happy. So he's a really sweet cat.
So Jennifer, it's Volunteer Appreciation Week?
It is. The Lloydminster and District SPCA is a nonprofit organization, so we rely heavily on volunteers. We have an amazing, dedicated group of volunteers that come to help out with the animals and to help out at events. So we're doing an appreciation luncheon this Friday from 11:30 to 1:30 at the SPCA. We invite all volunteers who have volunteered with the SPCA before to come out and have a bite to eat. Or for anybody out there who's interested in learning more about the SPCA and what they can do to help, please come on out for the luncheon as well.
Perfect. And thanks for joining us on this week's Pet Project. Make sure to tune in next week.
The Pet Project is sponsored by Quick Pick Waste Disposal. Locally owned and operated and serving urban, rural, and industrial customers in Lloydminster and region.